Hey guys, and welcome to another tournament stream from the spring season professionals tournament, and this is the fourth day of the round robins. Now tonight we will be seeing the last match of the first round of the round robins and the first match of the second round of round robin. So we first have R2K versus First, and then we have R2K versus Souls, which has quite possibly the cutest logo I have ever seen on a clan. That is basically what we have in store for you tonight. I'll be talking you through the whole thing. I'll be talking about the maps, about the team ups, and just general chit chat, basically to pass the time. I have some epic replays readied up for between the matches, and I hope to be some nice entertainment for you guys. So I'm gonna take away the preview now, and then you see the current positions that everyone has with the points that we currently have. We have R2K leading with 6 points, followed closely by Eros with 5 points. First in a solid third position with 4 points right now. Easy and Raid both 3 points, Win with 2 points, Souls with 1 point, and Hapki with no points as of yet. Overall, tonight with R2K going against First, that's going to be some fireworks, I'm sure, because, well, we've seen First perform in many tournaments before, and they have generally a very solid contribution to the whole tournament stuff, so I'm not surprised that they're in a nice third place at the moment. So it will be interesting to see what will happen and what we're gonna see. Basically, I'm gonna take you back to the garage so that we can open a free crate, because I have a few of those left today. Poopsters. And then we wait for a room invite, which will be up in a few minutes. And in the meantime, I can show you some map stuff, because we start today on Dynasty's Pearl, which looks like this. You have base A in the middle of the city, you have base B in the middle of the buildings, and you have base C in the middle of the park. And for me, in randoms, I always prefer to go to the seaside, because I feel the positioning around that place is better, because there's a lot of little hills and dips and everything, so it's better for peekabooming, and that's something that I generally like to do when I play. But if you are a super heavy, you can also get away with capping B base maybe, and you can also go and cap base A, but all bases are pretty open depending on the line of fire and where the enemy is. So that is not always easy to murder people, well, to cap the bases and not be murdered, let me put it that way. Because so many places you can get shots into the base from, but even though there are a few spots where it will be very tricky for them to do that, and decapping might cost them a lot of HP. So that is the first map that we get. The second map that we get is Main Ruins. And then we have base A, which is the heavy base, base C, which is the med base, and base B, that is the if you want to die, cap this base. And that is mostly because base B is pretty open. If you can get an early cheeky cap, and we've seen that happen before, then it is definitely worth it, because it will be hard for the enemy to take it away from you. But at the same time, it is a difficult base to cap because of that, and most people that go in there to cap will either get slaughtered right away, or they will get HE'd and not be able to cap. At the same time, if you know that you are busying several tanks trying to HE you, every time they HE you and they take like a tiny bit of your health away, that still means that you have this nice little health loss, but you still manage to engage several guns from the enemy, and that gives your team more time to go around them and basically hurt them quite a lot. So I've activated the stream thingy on YouTube now, which means that in 30 seconds you will all be seeing this, and you will hear me, well, not start to chat yet, but again, in a few minutes you will. There's a 5-minute delay on this stream. That is to avoid anyone from stream sniping and able to see the enemy team's lineups and everything. So everything you say in the chat I could react to, but that will happen like 5 minutes after it actually happens, so that generally is quite useless. We are waiting for the room invite, as I said. And yeah, back to the map. Base A, I think, depending on where you spawn, is for me the most fun fun base to cap. Mainly because there are a few positions there where you can have your team behind you and they can't really do anything to you unless they want to die. And on the seaside, you have quite a few possibilities to shoot inside the base, but that can also quite cost you depending on where you have to peek out. So this is not really an easy map. And for me, that just makes it all the more fun, because that leads to interesting positions that people will enjoy watching, and it's enjoyable to commentate on. But we're gonna see what we'll do. At the same time, I'm gonna pull back my little cheat sheet and look at the third map, which is Middelburg. Middelburg has 1 base up in the hills, 2 base downtown, and there is the room invite. Let me quickly accept that and ready up, so that we can't miss the battle. And we'll have them. They have like 4 minutes and 40 seconds now to get ready. So we've all the time in the world to look at this final map. For me, in randoms, if I have anything fast, I prefer to go base C, because I always feel that it's easier to work from the hill on out. But this is a team battle, so you can get away with doing things in a different way that you would normally do. And I've done a few tournament battles on this, nothing that compared to this level, of course, but where we just kept 1 base and then we push through to the other base and then we hold the city. And that is a cheeky way to do it as well. And there's just... I'm only saying that not because I'm pro, because I'm definitely not, but it goes to show that there are so many different possibilities to playing this map and to getting that point advantage and to dominating multiple bases, because supremacy isn't really about having the most caps, it's about dominating the most caps. If you always need as many caps as your enemy has, but most often you just need to dominate an extra base. So if one team has A and the other has C, you have to make sure that your enemy team does not cap B, that kind of stuff. So that is basically how that works for all maps, to be honest. But for Middelburg, that makes it a bit tricky, because of the fact that you have those 2 bases in the town, and there are a lot of buildings you can sidescrape from, but at the same time, I've seen a lot of rushes happen in the city, and that can be quite costly HP-wise. So I'm gonna take away the map, so that we don't miss out on half the screen. I see that Captanium Clash is complaining that nobody streams NA. Tonight both Rolling Swarm and I believe Pixel Rage as well, are all streaming NA. We like to stream NA, but the point is that for Brian and I, NA games happen at 3 AM in the morning, which makes it quite difficult, so we can't always do that. So we generally just do it a little bit where we can if we don't have work in the morning. So then we can sleep late the following day, that kind of stuff. We would love to have more streamers for NA though, because they deserve to be shown just as much as everyone else. So I'm gonna go into the game. We have R2K already with a complete lineup of 1 IS-4, 2 Object 140s, a Yege, 113s, and 1 mouse. So that is quite a few double tanks, and I love the Yege. I like that this tank has been played a little bit more this time around, but mostly people go for the E3, so I'm wondering what's the thought process behind going for the Yege this time. And on the other side we see first that is now completely readied up with 2 minutes left to go before we actually hit a battle, with an IS-7, a T-22, a mouse, an IS-4, 2 113s, and a Yege as well. So that's going to be quite fun to see, both Yeges. And it's just, I like the tank, I like the sound of the gun, it packs a wallop. It is quite programmable though. Generally if I am a medium, or even if I'm a heavy, I just switch to premium ammo, not necessarily because I'm afraid of not hitting it, but I want to make sure that I do pen it. And with the cheeks and everything, I just don't want to risk bouncing. Because if I do, and that thing shoots me back, it costs me like maybe 1/3 to half of my health. So let's avoid getting shot by a Yege. So overall we just have 1 minute left to go. We are just waiting until we can go into the game, and then we will have some fun matches. And in 50 seconds we get to go. And I always hate this waiting game, because there's just not much use to it. But I am looking forward to these matches, not necessarily only because of the way that the map is just interesting. This one is very small, and you can go either which way. And I like seeing that people sometimes go a completely different way than what I would have expected, but at the same time, this is team battles. All the teams have their own sets of tactics for their own for the maps, for the different spawns, for different tank combinations and everything. And that just makes it very interesting. So in 5 seconds we get to go. And we get to see what they do. Here we go. Everyone is a pro except for Anti-Scale. He's become now a vampire or a werewolf or something with a lot of teeth. So I'm gonna activate the free camera. And then we go up and away. We have R2K focusing a little bit on both sides, trying to not to get in each other's way. The object 140 is heading towards base A, whereas the rest is heading towards base C. And we have first going pretty much all to base C. And that means that if R2K plays this cleverly, they can have an early cap here. But Zerd is the first one there, so he's gonna be the one that will be spotting pretty much a lot of people. And there we go. And we see an immediate action by the 140s there. They are moving in to cap. We have the Yege and the Mouse heading more towards the middle. Zerd is pulling back a little bit. And we have a shot going on there, even though no one was spotted there. 113 is calling for help. I'm not sure why. I think they're not all too certain about being here. Zerd is wisely pulling back because now we have a rush from first. We see the first HP being vanishing basically. But Wise is taking a little bit of a hit there. We have the Mouse side scraping near the middle. R2K now has a base. The 113s are in a bit of a precarious position. They're sort of double side scraping from each other, using each other as cover. But Object 3 is in a bit of a precarious position like that. Zerd keeping them all in check and spotted, while the rest of R2K moves around. But it is costing Zerd HP to do so. And he is now being pushed by the IS-4 and the IS-7. But that IS-7 just got absolutely obliterated. That focus fire, lovely. And now we have the Mouse taking Zerd's position, sharing HP. We have the Yege and the Mouse that are moving in. Mouse moving back towards the Object 140s. But now we have Royal Blood Mercy that is alone against a lot of tanks. We have the 113. Now we have them putting together. Zerd now in trouble with the Mouse. But we have the 113 now dead, and Zerd has... Ooh, he is still alive somehow, but he has to avoid getting rammed by that Mouse there. We have the Yege now trying to decide who to shoot, I think. We have the 113 going after. Now we have the Yege turning around to face... Ooh, he's on fire. No party without me, almost having no HP left. General Terror. Well, General in the Terror. Having a lot of problem. The Yege from first now gone, anti-skill is gone, and now it's 5 versus 3. But General is very low on HP. We have the one Mo here. We have some 113 on 113 action. The Yege versus the Mouse. An IS-4 versus a Mouse. And there goes the IS-4. I'm gonna zoom you in for this little bit of action now. And here we go with HE, I believe. And there we go. That is the first game, and it is for R2K. I think that I first had pushed more aggressively there, then it would have been quite different. But they seem to like split up in their rush, and that didn't help because they weren't focusing on one target, they were focusing on multiple targets. So now with 1 minute and a half left to go, the teams are readying up again. We go for the second match on Dynasty's Pearl, and we have R2K changing their lineup to an IS-4, a 113, a Batchat T62A, a Mouse, a 263, and a 113. I like seeing YOLO Wagon, and I think that on a map like this that might potentially work a lot better than the Yege. And on the other side we see 2 IS-7s, an IS-4, 2 113s, an Object 140, and a T22 medium again. Oh, we now have 2 IS-4s. But like I said, this is why this map is interesting, because eventually you generally always come to a brawl of some sort. And then it's more about the focus fire. And I think, like I said, the way that first split themselves up is what cost them. So half a minute left to go. We are all ready to go. We don't need to wait, but yeah, we do. And now we just wait. In randoms, I don't mind Dynasty Sprawl much. In tournaments, I like it a lot less because of the size. It is just so small, and that makes it less fun in my opinion. I like it when you have to be more spread out and cover more ground and all of that. This map just invites brawling, basically. So here we go! There's the corpse of my Fury. And there goes my Fury. And we have R2K now going a little bit more towards the middle again. And we see first doing the same thing as last time, focusing primarily on base C. The YOLO wagon is going with the Batchat. And we have the T62A that is now going to be spotting a lot of people. And that might hurt. He has to be careful there, but funnily enough he manages to not lose a lot of HP doing that. They are capping base C though, and I'm not sure if he's going to be able to decap it. I'm not sure if they're going to bother even. We have the Batchat at the back going into base A now. And no party without me has to pull back a little bit. We see a little bit of HP being lost here and there. Gonna take you on a more... Ooh, no party without me just got absolutely hammered. And that is the end of no party without me. I think he was in a very bad position there. We have the Batchat now going. We have the mouse going into base B. I think it's just going to push straight on through because first is definitely rushing. We see some focus firing going on, but Danchik is almost out of the equation. There he goes. But there also goes Benjamin, and now R2K is still 2 tanks down, and they have a very low HP 113, and he's not going to make it. He does manage to get one more shot in. But there he goes, and now Batchat is being absolutely hammered. We have Winch trying to shield him. Winch now losing some HP. Zerd in a precarious position between so many tanks, and this is definitely going to be first game. Just the way that they are absolutely creating a massive massacre here. Zerd being absolutely focused. He is not going to be alive much longer here. And Object 3 can't do much about that. He can create some damage, but overall... there's just too many guns. And wisely, Royal Blood Mercy is staying behind. Wiser got taken out, so now it's 5 versus 3. But one of them is a Batchat. And he is now gonna get focused so bad, and he's gonna be absolutely deleted. We have the Object 3 that is now basically on his own with people behind him, so he's not gonna survive. And we have Winch facing off against Vitalik and Warwick, and that is not gonna go well either. They try to help each other, but it doesn't really work out. And now we only have a Winch left on R2K's side, with not too many HP, and there he goes. And the second game is for first. Nice rush there by first. And the way that no party without me just got deleted, that, yeah. That put them back so fast. So now we are moving maps. We are going to Million Ruins, so completely different map. I think the map switches is quite fun because it also takes you out of that mindset of the last battle and it makes you go elsewhere. I like that it's going up pretty evenly as well because that means we have more games and this kind of gameplay is just so much fun. So we have Zerd in the STB, Danchik in the AMX-50B, General in the Batchat, No Party Without Me in the IS-7, Edgar in the 113 potentially but maybe changing, Object 3 in the Object 268, Edgar now in the AMX-50B and Winch in the Mouse. And on the other side we have Warwick in the IS-4, Anti-Skill T22 Medium again, Benjamin and Wiser both in the Mouse, Royal Blood Mercy in an IS-4, Vitalik in an E3 and Wunderkind, however you want to say it, in an IS-4. So we have 44 seconds left to go. New map, new chances, new possibilities and opportunities. And I wonder what we're gonna do. I have a feeling that we're gonna be seeing No Party Without Me go into base B again. Because that is something that R2K likes to do. And yeah, I can't wait. I just want to go. And I like these clans. Like I said, I've seen First play before and they are very good. And it's just, I like seeing battles like this between two very good teams. And it just makes it so more exciting. So here we go. I like how everyone is a pro now. Actually, I want one of those, but then with Noob. That would be like, make my day. Let's go up and away. We have No Party Without Me going towards base B, followed by the AMXs. The Mouse and the 268 heading more towards the middle. General in the bat chat, we have one lonely Zerd going towards base C, but no one is there. And we might be seeing another rush, I don't know. No Party Without Me will be in a precarious position if he goes into the middle and he gets spotted there. He is going for that cheeky base cap. But he is now in a little bit of trouble with the Mouse on one side and the IS-4 on the other side. And that is going to cost him quite a bit of health. He's going to need some help against that Mouse. And both IS-4s he's now pushing on. And I think that's a good call because you don't want to stay there. He is on fire though and that hurts him a lot. And I think he already used his repair kit. We have the AMXs now empty. R2K has a base. First that almost has a base. And we're going to be seeing some focus fire, I think. Winch holding. No Party Without Me. Needing a lot of repairs but not having the ability to do that yet. We have the bat chat and the 268. Winch now getting shot from all sides. Nice shot in the Mouse there. And Zerd is flanking through their spawn potentially to get that E3. But we don't know yet. Both teams now holding a base, but No Party Without Me is in a bit of trouble. He has to be very careful there. AMXs are reloaded, but they have no targets just yet. And now Edgar is relocating a little bit. We have the Mouse basically holding. Basically everyone is holding right now. Zerd is coming from behind, but he has already been spotted. Ooh, Wise losing a lot of HP there. Shot going through the Mouse, but not hitting Wunderkind. And Zerd has been just dished some E3 damage, and he is in a bit of a trouble now. Winch losing some HP. The E3 and the IS-4 both focusing on Zerd now. The T-22 coming, and now R2K has to make a move. They have to make a push. They have to make it happen, otherwise Zerd is going to be absolutely gone. We do see some fire going on. AMX trying to cover Zerd. They do manage to do that, but now Zerd, ooh, he's lucky to be alive. Zerd is going to go after the T-22. I think that is a good call, even though he will not be able to make it. And we have R2K now with the gun down and with losing their point advantage. General now moving. R2K did not cap base C, B, I mean, they did cap base C. And now basically the Winch is being a bit aggressive there. They have to take out a few tanks if they want to make this work. The AMX is one, while Edgar is reloading. General and Donchik are not. We have General that is making a move potentially to get that E3, but he has to be very careful. Winch losing more HP now, and they need to make it. They need to make this very careful, because if they lose him, they are 2 guns behind, and now they are 2 guns behind. And that will make it very hard for R2K to get their position back. We have the Batchet going after the T-22 medium, which is ready for it. And you have to make sure that all these shots pen if you want to make this work. And he's aiming very carefully. Ooh, one more shot. You have to make it count. There we go, nicely done. But in the meantime, R2K has lost another gun and now it's 6 versus 4. And that is not looking good. We have Edgar that is now bleeding HP and being absolutely deleted. We have Doncic still taking out a gun, but it's still 5 versus 3. One of them is a bad chat, and now Doncic is in the long reload, and he's in a lot of trouble. But here comes the bad chat. Let's see if he can take out a gun. I'm not so sure if he will be able to do it before Doncic is out for the count. And that is a very lucky bounce and very good move by Royal there. They want to get that AMX out of the way. They have to work together, but there he goes. And now it's 2 versus 5. And we have the Object 268 now in the base, and they have to cap it, because if the bad chat is killed, and that is quite likely, they are in a lot of trouble. But now R2K has both bases, and it's a matter of surviving. Now, General is making a run for it. I wonder if he's going to be able to get away with it. And then they just need to survive. I'm going to go up. No, 268, be careful there. Ooh, losing a lot of HP, but still alive. And this is way too exciting, guys. My heart is beating in my throat. But if the 268 manages to get some kills here. There he goes. 909. Oh my god, R2K took it back. They took it back. What the hell? What the hell, guys? Honestly. But very well played, sending Object 3 to that base A to cap it. That was ace move. Seriously. Well done. Dudes. Honestly. So, with about 1.5 minutes left to go, we have just enough time to get my breathing down before we enter the next battle, which will also be on Mayan Roads. And now the pressure is on first, because they need to win every battle, whereas R2K has 2 battles to win 1. So, we don't know what's gonna happen, we don't know how that is gonna go, but it's gonna be exciting, I'm sure about that. Oof. So we have first now ready with 3 IS-4s, a T-22 medium, a Foch, a 140 and an E3. So that's a very different lineup. No mice. And we have R2K with an STB-1, 2 AMX-50Bs, a Patchet, an IS-7, an E4 and a mouse. And oh my god, guys. I can't get over that. I'm very curious to see what will happen in the chat when we get to this win, which will be in around 4 minutes for you guys. Taking a quick sip there. Seriously. But to be honest, these are the matches I do it for. It's just so much fun when you see games like this, and when this happens in randoms you absolutely hate it, but you at the same time can respect your enemy for doing that, I believe. Oh my god, that battle. So in 14 seconds we get to go into the battle. I'm making sure there's no map on the screen. I am readied up, so I can't miss this. Oh my god, guys. And here we go. And this is extra hard, because after a battle like that, you have to regroup within 2 minutes to basically be ready. Now we have the 140s on the other side going towards base C. We have Zerd in the STB that is going towards a spot where he can spot them, but the 140s are holding back. I think they mainly want to know who is there. We have No Party Without Me going towards the middle again, going for a cheeky cap. The E4 and the mouse are heading towards the middle. The one Mo is probably going to be helping No Party Without Me if he needs that. And Winch is just holding to see who is there. And if he can spot anyone, he has been spotted now himself. He is just having his gun ready, taking a blind shot. He knows where they will be. And we have the T-22 now moving. We have R2K that now has a base. Base C has not been capped yet. And R2K is not risking it. But now No Party Without Me is in a bit of precarious position as before. Winch holding at the back. And now they are steadily building a point advantage. Now First is moving in. They are going to cap base A, and they're not going to be able to do anything about that. Winch is wisely pulling back. We have the one Mo going more towards the middle, expecting opposition there. No Party Without Me is in a bit better position. We see some fire going on, but no damage being done yet. And after the last match, honestly, we now have General in the bat chat that is waiting for people. We have the 140s holding back on first side. Not much going on just yet. But R2K steadily still having a point advantage. And now General is capping base A. And I think we're going to see some 140 action now. Because they will probably want to either steal base C or to take it away. But they're not really doing either yet. We see No Party Without Me losing a little bit of HP now. The one Mo repositioning himself. And now No Party Without Me is going forward, which I think is a clever move. He's just going to see who is there. And now R2K definitely has a point advantage and a base advantage. So the pressure will be on first in all ways now. We have the T-22 that is moving. We have General that is now on the bridge, looking towards the back, basically expecting someone to be there. And we are definitely going to see him move there, because look at that. And he is just getting the heck out of there. We have Winch now moving forward, angling a little bit, but not enough to be not damaged by the IS-4 there. And I think we're going to see a base steal on both sides, with Winch taking base A and first taking base C. We see some nice shots going in there. Track shot by Zerd, who is now capping base, whereas Winch is pushing on. And R2K will have to make a move. They are making a move now. They are moving in. No Party Without Me is getting his health deleted. And we see R2K now moving in. Now we get to the brawl. All-out brawl here. We have the one Mo pulling back, but not before he gets hit by the Force quite badly. No Party Without Me almost dead. One Mo dead. Basically, people are dropping left and right now. But R2K has quite a bit point advantage. They need to keep those bases though, and that will be very difficult. We have Zerd moving around. We see the AMXs that are getting hammered. One IS-4 is almost gone, but they are shielding each other, and that is a very good move. Now Edgar just lost his final shot. R2K has lost 3 guns so far, but the AMX is reloading. He basically can't do anything right now. And we have Zerd shooting them in the rear. 800 points for... But it's going up quite evenly on both sides, and this will be very tricky because they need to make the kills if they want to make this work. We have the 140s going off behind the bad chat now. Zerd shooting the back of the E3. Winch is now gone. And now R2K is not getting any points if they kept their base, but they are not. The bad chat is running. They need to get their base, they need to get the Foch out of the way, they need to get the T-22 out of the way. We see a ram by the bad chat. That's generally not really a good thing. And they are capping the base so that R2K doesn't get any points. They need to decap it. They need to make the kill. We have Zerd pulling away. Trying to hide. And this is a kill. And this game is first, because there is no way that they can fix this. And there he goes. And it is definitely first. Seriously, what is up with these games? Stop making it so exciting. I like exciting, but oh my god. So now we get to the tiebreaker. And that's going to be on Middelburg, like I showed. I'm going to quickly pull that up. That is this map. I'm going to quickly put it away again so that I can't leave it on the game and have you lose like half the screen. I am rated up, so we are all ready to go. And this is basically where it hangs in the balance. Like I said, first in a very solid third position so far, and it's not surprising that they are fighting this hard and that we're seeing such amazing things from them. It is lovely. So we have first that is now ready with 3 E50Ms, a T-22 medium, 2 AMX-50Bs and T-62A. So that is a lot of firepower and a lot of speed. So I have a feeling that we'll be seeing a massive rush there. Whereas R2K is going for an IS-4, an IS-7, 2 140s, a mouse, a 268 and another mouse. And oh my god. Guys. So, 43 seconds left to go. And then we get to see what happens in this ultimate tiebreaker between these two teams. It is absolutely massive, this. 25 seconds left to go. I can't wait. "14 seconds. This is just so cool though. I love games like this. If you're doing this for entertainment purposes, by all means, but still, you're making it a bit too exciting. So here we go, and I wonder if R2K is going to change what they were doing based on the lineup that they see on the other side. Because with a lineup like that, you can be fairly sure that it will not be a very tactical gameplay, but more a brawl gameplay. I think. We have R2K now pulling back towards the town, all of them. Where we have first taking a more holding. They are moving towards the hills. We have the mice moving in. And I think Dunchik is gonna see if he can cap base A. They are obviously not there. They are all going for the hills. I think they were hoping to see some mediums there. In general, did lose quite a bit of health there. We have Zerd now moving in to cap that base. And that will give R2K a point advantage. But it will be very difficult. They will have to hold very carefully if they want to do this. R2K stealthily capping both base A and B. Edgar taking a holding position more in the middle. And we see first pulling back towards their spawn. We have R2K taking holding positions in town. They will need to focus fire, and they will need to focus fire really well. Winch facing up the hill against Wise. Edgar in the mouse. We have the E50Ms that are now steadily being spotted as they come down. No party without me in a bit of a tricky position there. He has to move. General with very little HP has to definitely stay back and survive somehow. People are being spotted. And we see pretty much all of first at the back there. Except for the T62A, which is behind. Shots being fired, not much happening just yet. No party without me in a tricky position there. General definitely a juicy target. And R2K has the base advantage, has the point advantage, but that rush can be absolutely deadly because R2K is a bit spread out. We now see the AMXs moving in. That was a massive hit on the AMX there. And they have to be careful. Dunchik moving in. They're trying to cap steal base A. Dunchik is probably not going to let that happen. And we see HP being bled. There goes the AMX. The E50M is close behind it. General has to be careful. We see base B being spotted by the T62A, but it might not be in time because first is losing tanks left and right this time. General is almost dead. He's not gonna make it. But it took them 4 tanks to get one of R2K out of the way in this game. And the AMX is almost dead. He's not gonna make it either. We have the T22 medium left and a full HP T62A. But versus 5 tanks that have pretty good health left, that is not looking good. There goes the T22 medium. And now we have Wise versus an object 268, which is going to be quite painful. A mouse behind. And there he goes. And the game is R2K's. We did get that brawl. Not quite how I expected we would get it, but oof. Very well played, both sides. These were some epic games. And I think that if they had played it a little bit differently in that last, it could have definitely been first game this. But R2K gets the point now. But that was quite a close call. I am gonna open my crate. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of a breather because this was way too intense. So let's see what happens. Let's see if we know what the points are so far. Eidos has another point, not surprised there. Raid grabbed the point. So that is 3 out of 4 that we know. And I think it's Easy that grabbed the point, not entirely certain about that. Let me see. Yeah, it is Easy that grabbed the point. I think. I'm always confused about this stuff. But oh my god. These games, guys, honestly. So, like I said, I readied some gameplay for you guys because we have about 50 minutes no, actually we have half an hour because the second round is starting now, which means that there's always a bit more time between that. So the next match is actually in half an hour. So I am gonna show you some replays in between then. And let's see. I have a nice little I7 ace. Let's go for that. Here we go. Winch, the one that we have been seeing in the mouse a lot these matches, is driving the IS7 for this match. I've taken to showing some R2K replays between R2K matches because I quite like it. And they are epic players. I like that he's actually getting a little bit of space to go forward. And we just have to see what he does. He's gonna go straight to the base. This is a position I generally like as well, especially with the walls. He can be so troll here. It is quite evil. He does spot some people over there, but he can't really shoot anyone. He's being a bit forwards now though, so if anyone is camping there, that might not be in his favor. Yeah, that is exactly what I meant. Being a bit too forward. He is pulling back now, seeing if he can shot people as they cross over. Like that 183. Has to be careful though, because you don't want to get shot by the 183 that is now looking at him. He decides not to blind shot. Ooh, that is clever, knowing that he would appear there, even though the shot didn't pen. Nice shot. 183 lost quite a bit of health there. The other one not so much. He is still troll capping. But he can't really shoot people there. 183 just died. Nice little damage. This is why I like this spot. You can work out so well. Yeah, you can work so well from this position. There we go. Tony Stark just got murdered. Yege being very, very forwards there. With the AMX and we have the DS. And now it's 5 versus 4. Well, 4 versus 5, I should say. We have the 183 pulling back a little bit. Nice little fire. Aw, poor guy. He has to be careful though. No idea how that didn't damage him a lot, but he got lucky there. I am calling that luck. Nice. Now the 183 is a one shot, and he is driving away, which is a pretty stupid thing to do because you can't turn your turret the full way 183. Whereas the IS-7 can. And there he goes. And now it's only 4 versus 2. To reply to the last... Ooh, this is nice. Ooh, that's not so nice. But he's already got 4.9k damage now. Nice little bounce, nearly 5k damage now. Thing is that I like showing ace, but at the same time aces always take quite a bit of time. Nearly 6k damage. This is clever. He loads APCR, because you know that even with APCR you're gonna be able to secure that kill. But then you shoot the gun, and you don't. But still he has a lot of reload to go. Wow, that is rude. There we go, 6k damage, nicely done. Well, I just saw no party without me in in the chat. You definitely did your job, as Bobby says. Absolutely. So we still have about 25 minutes left to go, which means that I can show you replays for about 20 more minutes. So I have... Actually, I did show that one. I haven't shown this one yet. Let's go for this one. This is one of my favorite tanks. And we have seen Zerd play it in tournaments, so we know that he's pretty good at it. We have Edgar in the 263 with him. So that has to be a fun match. And honestly, seriously guys, those matches just now, first, what the hell? No party without Zerd? Jag kan tala lite svenska, just not that well and probably pronouncing it all wrong, but still. No supremacy. I always like playing Supremacy because of the caps, and it gives you more ways to sort of manipulate the battle and more ways to ensure victory, which is a lot harder in encounter. No one there, so we jump off. And they are pushing together. In the meantime, hang on, I'm gonna give someone a timeout. There we go. Wow, he just almost got deleted. That is painful. And now the YOLO wagging is gonna deal with the E3. With the 1A3, I mean. And that missed though. But now he's gonna die. He's gonna die very hard, I think. That definitely penned, but only hit the gun. RNG is not with Zerd today. This is dangerous. No idea why he wasn't shot there, but okay. Edgar. Dude. Honestly. Yeah, Zerd now chasing an object 140. It's like he's now realizing that he can actually shoot Zerd back. Clever little move here. There we go! And now it's 2 versus 4. Ooh. That is one of my favorite tanks. I can't wait to have that. That is... oh, it's such a pretty tank. It is awesome. I want it. Stop driving backwards, IS-8. E3 shooting. Yeah, you have to help that guy. He's not able to do any damage. I don't get why the E3 is not pushing Zerd. There we go, nicely done. Now he is. And there goes the E3. Ooh. That bounced though. 6 kills, 6.7k damage. Epic. Guys, don't cuss with diseases, honestly. You know I like you, but don't cuss with diseases, honestly. Really. But that is epic. 1670 basic speed, 6k damage and 6 kills. And we have about 20 minutes left to go. I'm just gonna say... let's see what else I have. This one sounds interesting. I'm gonna show this one. Honestly, I don't get why it is hard for some people to be polite. No one's ever, not everyone is ever gonna agree with you on both sides. So just play nice, respect each other's opinion. Thing is, it got sold to me as no camping. I always liked when a TD is not camping but actually being forwards. So I like showing TDs that are forwards. So that is why we're looking at this. Again. Thing is this, especially when you cuss with diseases, there are people that actually have that. And there are people whose life completely suck because of it. So no, cussing with diseases is never okay in my opinion. Still 400 damage on the mouse. That's nice. Yeah, that missed. Nice little shot there. Damage the ammo rack. That got fixed. I always find it funny how you can fix your tank and fix your people with just the press of a button. The mouse now focusing him. That definitely hit, but we don't know if it actually did damage. Oh, this is just asking for it. Nice. And then he's getting deleted. Ah, okay. Bobby just noticed something on the grill of the other game that I didn't. The gun was broken, so he couldn't shoot Zerd. Very clever move then. Antonio, the play nice comment also goes for you. You don't have to get along. You don't have to hug each other at the end of the day. But you can just be polite and play nice. T57 heavy. Noise, we're nearing 4k damage now. The IS-8 is in a lot of trouble. He's not gonna make it probably. Yeah, he does got some damage there, but we're now at 4.8k damage. So the counter is going up pretty quickly. Yeah, he was lucky it didn't blow. But where is their Yege? Clever. And there he goes. But we still have a Yege to go to. There he is. Can you shoot him though? Yes, you can. If you aim carefully. Nice! 6.1k damage. And that is the end of Dungeon. Let me see what we have. This is the one that's gonna do it, I think. There we go. Ah, thank you, statist. Glad you're enjoying it. 1399 basic speed, 6.1k damage, 2 kills. And even nearly a K spotting. Well, that's tracking damage because of that poor med that got deleted. And let's see what else I have in store for you. I got time for one more. I'm gonna go for... let me see. Let me go for this then. And we have Bobby in the Fosh. Oh god, honestly. In my opinion, whether it's meant as an inside joke or not, diseases are never funny. Like when you have the whole... some people find it okay to cuss with cancer, that kind of stuff. People die from that. Almost everyone has lost relative to that. So that is not okay in my opinion. And it's the same pretty much with every other disease. Even though pretty much people aren't as... don't see it as often as cancer. Cancer is something that almost everyone knows or someone around them has seen or felt or had a family member or lost a family member to or anything like that. But just, it's not funny in my opinion. Nice little damage there. Nice putting back without the E100 even firing. Now he does, but not at. There we go. Another shot of damage. He's being quite forward, so I like that. Go, Bobby. Has to be careful with the AMX behind him, though, because you don't want to actually... Ooh, that bounce. AMX almost reloaded. And... there goes the 100. I think the AMX does not know that if you double click the ammo button when you're in the middle of a clip, you will start your clip reload without having to waste any shots. Let's see if we can get a bad shot here. But he is in a pretty good position. I'm not sure if he's gonna move. And that is the end of the bad shots. This is why it's nice to have a bit of patience while playing a game. Because then you get things like this. T62A, I wonder if he's gonna cap the base. He is not bothering with the base, he's gonna go straight for the tank. And he's turning around. I think he's expecting the guy to meet the guy at base C. It is now 4 versus 2. Well, 2 versus 4 because we were looking from this side. Nice shot into the grill there, and our Foch is going to go straight in. Nice damage there. Nice little bounce. Nice little bounce again. And that is the end of the T62A. It's now 3 versus 3. But the enemy has a point advantage. And they are at base B. Yes, for sure not pro, just so you know, Bobby. It will be tricky if they kept the base, but it's a matter of question where they go next. Nice anticipated shot. Nice kill there. Ooh, he does get hurt for that though. I think that was the E4. No, it wasn't. It was the grill. Judging by the position of the E4 now. Oh, actually, I'm not sure. Because grill's there as well. We have HE loaded. Oh, this is gonna be awesome. 800. Oh, it could have been more. But still fun. And he's letting himself fall backwards. And the E4 just fired, which gives Bobby a nice shot of free damage. We are 5.5k damage into it. And there we go, nicely done. They stole the base as well, so now it's only one grill left. And that is going to be no problem for Bobby, as long as he plays it carefully. You can even HE him, even if it damages himself. And that is the end of it. 5 kills, 6.8k damage. Awesome job. Very nicely done. 1624 base XP. Not too many supremacy points, but the damage and the kills definitely add up. Awesome job. So now with just a few minutes... Oh, wrong one. This is the one that I want. With just a few minutes left to go, in about 2.5 minutes, well 1.5 minutes actually, we get the room invite. So then we're going to focus on the games again. And then we're going to see the first round of this. Where now everyone has 0 points. I don't get why they just don't add it up together. That would make so much more sense. But they don't, so we have 2 rounds like this. And we start with R2K versus Souls. One minute before the room is up, I'm gonna grab my cheat sheet and we're gonna go over the maps that we have. Now, we are gonna start off on Rockfield. Rockfield looks like this. You have base A and C that are both on a higher level with a ridge near C and a bunker at A. And we have base B that is in a dip. Lines of fire possible in all but base A is generally the most protected because you can hide behind the bunker and still cap. But you can get the cap from the people at the ridge at base C. So it is a bit of a tricky map, but overall I quite like this. I do miss the old Rockfield though, that was a lot of fun as well. This is quite different. It has been made bigger, and I quite like that too. And there is the room. So let's see. We were talking about Rockfield. After Rockfield, we are gonna get Canyon. Canyon looks like this. You have base B in the middle on top of a hill. If you cap it, you die. You have base C, which is actually not portrayed correctly on the map that I got from the internet. It is actually more in the corner, just on top of the ridge there, which is actually a lot more fun. And we have base A that is protected between some buildings. And again, all bases can be decapped. I prefer base C if I'm in a heavyish tank, because you have a line of fire into the spawns and into base B. And if I have a med, I prefer to go to base B, even though I can't cap it, because there are some excellent peak booming positions there. And you can be so troll trying to cap it, but not actually trying to cap it, but having your team, your enemy team, completely focused on you being there. And if we get a fifth match, we go to Canal, which is one of my favorite maps as well. You have base A and base D, which are dependent on what the team does, and base B and C, which are close to the spawn, so they generally always get capped. Sorry. And with I generally prefer the positioning around base D, so that is normally where I go to when I have a fast tank. If I have a very slow or heavy tank, I generally go to the base that is closest to my spawn and see where that goes and what happens then. But overall, from the D side, I find it easier to make a move depending on where my enemy team is, because after the spawn, and you have the base closest to your own spawn, from D I find it easier to work around the map than from A, because A leaves a lot of positions where you will get shot to hell from if you move from there. So that is the maps that we're going to be seeing. We see everyone is in the training room now. I've taken away the maps so that I can't block half the screen for you. Hang on, something is going on. I'm not sure what. I'll respond later. But we have souls with 2 113s, 2 IS4s, an E3, a mouse and a batchat, and we have R2K readied up with an STB, 2 113s, a batchat, and tier 10 Chinese medium TD, a grill, and an E5. So that is going to be a fun lineup to see what they're going to do with. And I can't wait. I just want to see the matches. I want to see what happens. Some stuff in the chat still going on. But I hope they sort it out and that they stay civil. We have some potential changes going on at Souls. We have 1.5 minutes left before we enter the game. Everyone is pretty focused right now, I'm hoping. But we'll see. Again, if you want coins, you have to watch through the portal. And we just have to wait a little bit before we actually get to go. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit distracted by Discord. With 1 minute left to go, everyone is ready up, everyone is rearing to go for this first match of the second round of the round. Well, second round of the round robin rounds. That sounds so weird, but you know what I mean. Basically, the round robins, everyone goes against everyone, and they do that twice, so this is the second round robin, and this is the first match of that. "24 seconds left to go." I'm very curious about seeing that Chinese TD in action. We don't often see that. It is not a tank that has been in the game for long. And to be honest, I don't have really much experience with it myself, so I don't actually know how it performs. I really should be playing it a little bit on the Plus account to see how that goes and if I like it or not. So here we go, and everyone is a pro this time. No kitties, no teeth, just pros. So here we go, final seconds into the countdown. And here we go, up and away. We see R2K moving towards base C. And we have Souls doing pretty much C and a little bit of middle. And they're gonna be clashing here. We have Zerd in the STB. Taking a nice spotting position behind the bush to see who is there. Batchat has not been spotted, but the 113 has. So they know there are people there. And we have Souls basically moving in. We have the one Mo holding back together with the Batchat. And that might make it a little bit difficult for those here more in the middle. We have Souls now capping base C. Cheekily, I might add. We have the Batchat moving in towards base A. We see first shots being fired, first damage being done to Pan Major. And now base A is being capped, but they have... Ooh, that E3 just got hit. Let's see. Zerd repositioning himself together with the one Mo. The Grill holding back the 113 and the E3s holding. Pan Mayer is in a bit of a precarious position there with the Batchat turning around. Winch just lost a ton of health, getting away from there. And we have R2K now also cheekily capping base B, and I wonder if he's gonna get away with that. Winch is in a holding position. Zerd might just get it, but we have the Batchat going up around, and he's gonna meet the other Batchat now. We're gonna have some Batchat action. 113, ooh, he did get hit there, and the other Batchat still has a full clip. So you might have to be careful there. Damage being done all around. General has one shot left, but he has pulled back. General is being pretty much targeted. R2K more in the middle. Winch still... Ooh, Zerd has lost a ton of HP as well. But they have two bases. And it's all about the focus fire now. Ooh. Winch is in absolute trouble here. But he has two tanks with a quick rate of fire behind him. And he might still be able to get that kill. No party without me takes it though. And Zerd gets to live for a while longer. Winch gets to live for a while longer. But very little. And so does Zerd. So now it is 5 versus 5. No party without me is getting hit. There goes the mouse. It's 5 versus 4. Well, 5... yeah. We have now the IS-4 being focused. There he goes. Then we have a 113 over here that is now getting grilled in the bum soon. There we go. 800 damage. And even though the 113 is a very juicy target, we have the Batchat now appearing behind. And that is the end of the 113. And now we have Pan Joker that is left along with the Batchat. The Batchat is trying to get shots in, but he's not going to be able to save that 113. And the Chinese TD. Let's see. Bounces. But the one Mo does not. The Batchat just lost a lot of health. And the game is R2K. And the Batchat gets to live another day. And that rhymes, so I'm a poet now. So that is the first match out of the game. Of the games, to be honest. We have 1.5 minutes left to go before we get to see another match. And we have Souls almost ready up yet. R2K changing some tanks around. And we have Souls in 3 IS-4s, a mouse, an E50M, an E3 and a 113, and R2K in an IS-4, a Batchat, a 113, the Chinese tier 10 thing, another 113, and 2 grills. I'm always kind of worried when I see 2 girls in the team, because even though they can pack quite a wallop, they also disappear so very quickly. And that's just a risk, in my opinion. So let's see what happens in 45 seconds. I do like the Chinese tier 10 thing though. It does seem to shoot quite badly. Or quite heavily, at least. And a little bit troll. I will definitely be playing it and see what happens. 25 seconds left to go. Second match on Rockfield. $13. I just hate having to wait for this because it's quite boring to wait when all the teams are readied up and we're all ready to go, except for the actual game. And here we go. Everyone is steadily loading in. My Corpse of the Fury is there. And here we go. Up, up and away. We have Souls now focusing primarily on base A side, whereas R2K is going for C. I think we might have a cheeky base B cap here with the mouse if he pushes in like that. We have the general that is over there, not being spotted, seeing if anyone is there, but it doesn't appear to be, so he's not yet moving in, but he might soon. We have Zerd that has been spotted going up, so I think they know they're on that side. And we have R2K capping base C and Souls capping base A. And the mouse indeed cheekily moving, well no, actually holding behind base B. Probably just wanting to make sure that R2K does not cap it. They did decap base A there a little bit though, and that is very clever. Shots being fired, but now he's losing a tiny bit of HP with HE. More shots being fired. And now they are not capping base A anymore. Zerd is spotting. He has some TD work behind him. But he is in a bit of a precarious position, so he has to be careful being there. 113 reloaded. He's not yet moving, and we have R2K primarily in the middle over there. Not really able to get shots in. They are trying again to get base A. Somehow those 2 shots did no damage. Ooh, that crossover just cost the IS-4 a lot of health. Now Zerd is being rushed by the E50M. And we see a sort of rush going on with Souls. But they are paying very dearly for it. Zerd is almost out for the count. But look at the HP just vanishing from that E50M just now. IS-4 is losing a lot of health. And Zerd is still alive. Don't ask how, but he is. Not for much longer, there he goes. But HP wise, it costs Souls so much to try and take Zerd out. And R2K is nicely spread out. They are now capping base B, but I think that will not really work in their favor. Because we have the Chinese TD that just bounced on the mouse, but overall R2K has a 3.5k HP advantage. And they both have 6 guns. Oh my god, the E50M is almost dead as well. There goes the IS-4. E50M is running away. They did cap base B, so they just have to hold. But R2K has a gun more. And they are steadily moving in a little bit through the middle here. We see the Batchat taking out the E50M. We have Object 3 just got deleted. And we have the 113 now going in for the E3. Together with one of the reels. And the grill has to... that did nearly 1k damage. Well done. Now we have base B being captured. The mouse being focused. The IS-4 just being killed. The mouse almost dead. There goes the mouse. And almost the only one left now is Evannager. I'm just gonna pronounce it like that. Probably wrong, but yeah. And he is gonna go into some fireworks there. Manages a few bounces, but eventually gets killed by the one Mo. And this match is for R2K. I think it cost them way too much when they tried to push Zerd like that. With the whole team behind Zerd. Zerd actually trolling them to come get him. He may have lost his life, but they lost like way more tank than that, even if they didn't lose the gun straight away. So now in a minute and a half we get to go to Canyon. Canyon is the map I showed. I'll pull it up real quick like this with the map thing in the middle. Base C that is more to the corner than it shows, and base A between the buildings. I'm gonna take it away again so that it won't be on the screen for half your screen. And we have Souls that has readied up with an E5, potentially 3 113s, an E3, an IS-4 and a Batchat. And we have R2K that has readied up with 1 STB, 2 AMX 30Bs, 50Bs, sorry. 30Bs, I want that, that's like wishful thinking. 2 113s and an Object 140. And Souls is changing things a little bit around, and they have around 42 seconds left before they have to make up their minds. And they have made up their minds now with... Oh no, they haven't. They might have potentially made up their minds, but they haven't. And we now have 1 E5. Seriously guys, are you gonna keep changing? I can't really read the lineup when you keep changing your tanks. We have an E5, 2 113s, an E3, 2 IS-4s and a Batchat. And I think we're gonna stick with that because there's only 18 seconds left to go before we go into the battle. And the pressure is definitely on Souls now, because whereas Souls has to win every game now to get a point, R2K only has to win 1 in 3 games to get that point. So that will be very tricky indeed. And here we go into the third match of the first matchup of the second round robin. If you say it like that, it sounds quite stupid, doesn't it? So let's go! I love this camo, it looks pretty. Up, up and away! We have Souls focusing primarily on base C with the Batchat going towards base A, and we have R2K focusing primarily on base C with Zerd going to base B. Now the 113s are gonna go with the Batchat. Zerd has been spotted going into that cap. I don't think he really wants the cap, he just wants to see everyone that is there. Get some nice assisted damage there. And now R2K is capping base C, but they will be some points behind. But they're already 1k damage into I can't brain. Basically Souls is at a disadvantage of 1k HP, a little bit more now. And we see the winch pushing on with the 113 and the 140 behind. Winch basically just spawning there, using the train tracks. Shots being taken from base C, that is very clever gameplay. Shots being fired back. Winch bouncing a little bit. A little bit of damage being done there. And R2K does have a slight point disadvantage. They will need to make a little push. They need to make a kill or to grab another base. But we have the Batchat at the back. Zerd in the middle. Zerd is gonna try and cap. Maybe. But he has to be careful with that Batchat behind. He has been spotted, so I think he's gonna be shot. Ooh, he manages to get away with it so far. He manages to get away with it, and now R2K has a very cheeky base cap there. And they have the point advantage back in moments. Because they have the base advantage. E5 losing steadily some HP. We have the Batchat that's moving back around. E5 in a precarious position there. He can't really move one way or the other without getting shot a lot. And the way that R2K is holding, it means that they can't really grab a base. They will need to make a push at some point. Batchat losing a bit of HP there. And starting clip reload. And Souls is putting back together. The Winch is in a very excellent position here. Winch now getting pushed. But it is going to cost them. There goes the 113. E3 is being shot as well. We have Winch that is still nearly full health. He is losing HP now. But Souls is losing a lot of HP just trying to get that. We have the 268 that got a kill. We have the Batchat that is trying to ram. We have the IS-4 that is gone. The Batchat being focused. And he's gone with the next shot. And R2K already has it. There is still some HP left. We see still people getting killed. But they have it. And the E5 that got in such a precarious position actually survives along with the E3. And the game is R2K's. So that means that R2K has the point from this matchup. And we see what the current score is for the second round. Let us see. We still don't know. The rest of it is just undetermined. So I'm going to show you a replay to see what happens. While we wait. So I still have one left for you. The tank that we're gonna see now used to be my favorite tank. I say used to be because for me, when they no, never troll your opponent. That is just not cool. The E5 used to be my favorite tank until they removed that cupola, because I liked it so much more when it had the cupola, because that made it so troll and it was so easy to get them to basically try and shoot your cupola and then bounce. Interesting names all around. I like this camo. It does look very fancy on the E5, to be honest. He's now spotted. It is not even Supremacy. Normally in Supremacy I would always go here as well. But now he's just pushing a little bit, waiting for a target, seeing what happens. Seeing if there's anyone there. And he spots the 268, but he's not in a position to actually shoot it. Nice little blind shot. Wonder if it penned. He has been spotted now. He's basically just ignoring the 268 there. That is cheeky. Not sure if that's something that I would do. There's no one there. The 268 is now a one shot. Very quickly and cleverly done. And he's just casually turning around. And going around behind their backs. Dragon has just been destroyed. But basically those three mats are working pretty well together. We now see a nice shot on the mouse like that. Leo trying to shoot. Mouse turning his attention to the E5. The Batchat coming up behind. So he either has to push for the mouse or focus on the Batchat. He is turning around now to do a little bit of both, I think. Because he is primarily shooting that mouse. He's just ready for the Batchat as well. And now it's 3 versus 6, so that is a little bit difficult. Mouse now that though. And where did that Batchat go? AMAX 50B with a full clip, that's gonna hurt. We have the Leo there. That is now dead. Batchat is running. AMAX is still there. Robin Stark being very negative. rude reaction in the chat. And he's now turning around to deal with that bad chat and the E50M. He does take a shot for that though. He has to be careful that he's not rushed and losing a lot of HP. There he goes, nice kill, and we're gonna have a Colo battle situation. 4.5k damage done so far. Ooh, that didn't pan. And he's gonna deal with Aini first. Aini is a good player though. I've met him in battle quite a bit over the years. And he is good. And now the E50M is at a disadvantage because he's a one-shot now. And he's actually in the way of his teammate. Ooh, that low roll. But we have 5.1k damage. So actually it switched back somehow. 5.1. Kill the AMX. There we go. And now I have to... Ooh, this will be very tricky. That bounce though. Angle, angle, angle. Careful with your turret, daddy. I can't shoot that. That bounce though. Oh my god. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? He's trying to troll, but that is very, very tricky indeed. I would have used the corpse probably. Nicely done. And it's a reverse. Oh my god. Very well done. Look at that. Lots of 5s and 7s and a bit of 4s. Epically done. Nice bounces as well. So let's see what the current score is. What else have we got? Chart round 2. Raid has a point. R2K has a point. Let's see. They're up against Win. Then we have Hapkey, who is up against... who lost against Eros. So Eros has a point. We are waiting for the match with Easy and Win to have a score. But that shouldn't be too long, I think. So let's see. I am just gonna wait a little bit until we get to see. And I just want to know what happens. I just want to complete the points before I can close the stream for you guys. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, if you have... See, now Eros has the point as well. If you have any tips for me or you have any replays you want me to show, I do show replays in between the battles as you saw. And we are still waiting for this one. But yeah, join my Discord for sure. Feel free to give me some tips and pointers and all of that. Things you want me to focus on or focus less on, that kind of stuff. I'm just going to go back and forth waiting for this score to pop up. I like how the seconds changes. Just when we watched it was 8 PM and now it says 7:59:59. So we just have to wait a tiny bit longer before we know who has the point. This is actually not interesting to see me click around, but that's basically all we got to do. And I don't want to show you another replay because this score should be up momentarily. And otherwise you have to wait several more minutes before we get a result. Overall, those matches against First were just lovely. The way that they... Oh, that match on main runes. What the hell? Do we know it yet? No, we are waiting. But to look at the... I always go back because I'm not sure if it refreshes when you're in it. But yeah. So that currently means that we have Eros with 7 points in total, R2K with 8, Raid with 5, and potentially Easy and First both with 4. So that will be fun to see. How the rest of the matches go, that is. Let's see, have we got a result yet? No, not yet. So just look at my Pretty Fury for a moment. I quite like this. It is such a fun tank. I was afraid I would never get it, because originally it was sold only once and Wargaming didn't want to sell it again. But then, more than a year later, it finally hit the store again, and I was so happy. Because this was the one that almost got away, and I played it on the press account, and I just fell in love, and I had to have it. So let's see, do we have it? It is loading, so hopefully it loads something new. Nope, not yet. Also on the thing of win rate does not say all that much. Win rate does not say what you do in a battle. I have seen Seal Clubbers with epic high win rates that I know that will not be able to carry in tier 10. At the same time, I have people that play so much tier 10 that they have no idea how to play any other tier. And no, being a pro in tier 10 does not mean you know how tier 7, 8 and 9 work. It's different. Every tier is different and every tier has its merits. I personally, I like playing... I used to play all the tiers, like literally all of them. But since Wargaming absolutely ruined the game with 5.5, there are a lot of tiers that I don't enjoy playing. So let's see if we have a result yet. Nope, we don't. Why are they taking so long? Don't use all 5 games. Don't let them all be draws. Because then we can wait for a very long time before we get a result. And I know that this is boring, but I don't want to show you another replay because I had actually hoped that we would have this result like minutes ago. But yeah, back to win rate, it doesn't say much. Like on this account, my win rate is fairly low for me. And that is mostly to do with the fact that this is a press account. I use this to test tanks. And I use this to, to stream tournaments. But this is my current stats on this account. I have 694 battles. 142 are battles I spectated in tournaments, but for some reason they are counted here. So basically I only have 552 actually played battles here. Of the 119 tanks that I have here that I've played over time, no idea how that works actually. I have aced 14 of them and I have 16 aces in total. This is basically not really a good account, but it's still 62%. But that's the thing, if you are playing a new tank, you are generally doing worse in it than you would normally, because you're still getting to know the tank. So I never look at the stats of this account, mainly because I know that this is not how I usually play. If I test tanks, I'm generally playing more aggressive because I want to know what a tank can handle, what a tank can do. And it is quite useless to look at win rate like that. Most often you just need to look at whether or not you are enjoying the game, because that is what it is all about. And yes, you generally enjoy the game more when you win than when you lose. But if you have a really epic game, you can still respect your enemy. And that can still be a fun game then. And we still are waiting for win versus easy. And this is taking forever. I was just seeing someone asking, is grinding for the Sentinel worth it? In my opinion, yes. Getting a free tank is always worth it, especially when it's not that hard to get a free tank. I'm not that big a fan of the Sentinel itself, but it's a free prem, so why not do it? It's just free stuff. So let's see if we have a result yet. It doesn't show up here yet. Come on, win. Come on, easy. An easy win. And it is Win that took it home with 3-2. So that means that right now we have R2K with 8 points, Errol with 7 points, Raid with 5 points, and Win with 3 points first and with 4, and Easy with 3. So it can still go every which way basically for potentially the 3rd and the 4th position. I think we can safely say that 1st and 2nd are relatively clear. Technically anything can still happen, but the chances of them giving it away are very small. So that is it for tonight. We are gonna be back later on to stream NA, tomorrow to stream Asia, and tomorrow to stream EU again. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and like I said, if you have any tips for me, just join my Discord and I'll be happy to talk to you. So thank you all for watching, thank you all for playing. It's been an epic stream. Those matches against Win first is just wow. And I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.